Warzone 2 can feel like a little bit of a drag to rank up weapons, but don't worry, I'm going to show you the updated, best and most consistent method to ranking up weapons in Season 2 of Warzone 2. Our options are either DMZ, Battle Royale, or now Resurgence on Ashika Island. But really the two big contenders are DMZ and Resurgence. Battle Royale is just a little too slow. DMZ has the advantage of us being able to spawn in with our weapon of choice to rank up, but if you do die, you have at least a couple of hours of cool-off period on that weapon before choosing it again to spawn in with. But when you are in DMZ, if you focus on contracts and killing bots and other real enemies that you come across, you can fly through the ranks on a weapon, especially since your weapon actually receives tiny bits of XP just for holding it out in a game over a long period. And you can essentially farm the bots once you get used to how to fight them. But losing the option of keeping a weapon when you die is tough. So you would either have to extract and keep your weapon of choice that way, or have a good amount of contraband weapons, or extract a lot of cash to reduce the cooldown time on your insurance slot. On top of that, obviously the bots can be insane on DMZ, and there are other players to contend with, so extracting is by no means guaranteed each game. And when playing on your own, this is only amplified, so play with a squad as often as possible on there. Head over to my Discord, by the way, if you are looking for teammates or want to chat COD in any way. The link for that is down in the description. Alternatively to DMZ, we now have Resurgence mode on Ashika Island. Unfortunately, we don't spawn in with our weapon, but importantly, we do respawn on there when we die, assuming our squad is still alive. This is great for two reasons. We can play a little more aggressively when we do have our weapon, since we know we can just fly back down again in a minute if we do die. Then secondly, other players will play a little more aggressively than normal too, giving the opportunity for more easy kills and more engagements per game than occurs on our Marsra. Obviously, there is the obstacle of getting our weapon of choice in the first place, but with weapons being really cheap to buy at buy stations, and loadout drops being more frequent now, getting our weapons is much less of a pain than it was previously. When we've got our weapon, we want to do as many contracts as possible and try and pick up some kills along the way. The contracts are the easiest way to approach this and give some consistency, since you can't always win every gunfight if you go down that route. In terms of which contracts, intel missions and safe crackers are great because they're easy, quick, and offer lots of XP, particularly intel missions. Bounties are too inconsistent to complete, since the target could just run away and hide, and we don't have much control over it. We also have another great option of a contract this season in Resurgence, and that's the Search and Seizure contract. For this, you have to kill some AI, retrieve a vehicle, and take it to a drop-off point. You get heavily rewarded in cash and XP for this, and killing the AI gives you easy weapon XP too. With double XP tokens on, we can do just a couple of contracts per game, and we'll be absolutely flying through the ranks. Just be sure to keep the weapon outs that you do want to rank up when completing a contract, since this is the one that the XP gets added to. So after we've done as many contracts as possible, and we get towards the end of the game, we want to start playing for the win and taking advantage of the money we've collected from the contracts. So that means buying loads of stuff from the shop, whether it's kill streaks or self-revives, it doesn't matter, because you get XP and weapon XP for each one you buy. This way we can squeeze out as much XP as possible out of each game. So really the ultimate best and most efficient method to ranking up weapons, in my opinion, is to start in DMZ even though the theoretical limit of weapon XP is lower, just because we can at least spawn in with our weapon, go to town in this mode, slay bots, other operators, and do as many contracts as possible until we die and lose our weapon. Then when this happens, we just shoot off onto Resurgence on Ashika Island. Hopefully this combined technique helps you out when ranking up weapons, and if you want to know how to rank up the battle pass as fast as possible too, by the way, check this video out, or head over to this best settings video to make the game as easy as possible.